Hey, everyone. It's Old Man G here back again with another deadline day stream Fantasy Premier League Gaming. Thanks to everyone who'll be watching on this, well, in the UK anyway, lovely bank holiday. And for those who are watching around the world, happy holidays as we approach this new year. It's not been the best of year, let's be frank, but there's still been football, still been entertained. And certainly as a United fan, things are looking at least a bit more positive than they were this time last year. But remember, if you're new to the channel, to like, share and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, X, and smash the notification button for latest Manchester United news and most importantly, fantasy Premier League news. Like I said, we are about 30 minutes away from the Game Week 16 deadline. It's actually 2 days obviously after the previous one that we did, but obviously there are going to be games today. And I'm in an interesting situation because I don't really know whether to stick or swig. I'm going to quickly look at, so if you basically review my previous game in Game Week 15, and here I basically had Martinez in goal, who was going to stay. You had Diaz as number 6. Thiago Silva was the big surprise to me because I expected, I did think, I'm not going to lie, I did think that Arsenal were going to win this game. Sorry, Chelsea were going to win this game. I expected a better performance from this Chelsea team. And they conceded 3 goals and Thiago Silva. So I am a bit hesitant. I'm not sure, basically, to sort of say whether I should still have the likes of Thiago Silva on his side. Will they be able to keep a clean sheet against the Villa side that have got a lot of confidence going into this game? And then have obviously Bednarak, who I'm going to stick with. Southampton doing very well. And I think their next game, if I recall, is against who is Southampton playing? West Ham at home, which I think will be a decent. You have the 5, and this is where I think I really struggled. I expect a lot more from this midfield, which is where I'm a bit hesitant now because Zaha didn't really do anything awful, especially with Roy Hodgson's tactics. Son, awful against Wolves, again because of manager's tactics. Fernandez, who, to be honest, I'm at this point where maybe I should just stick with captaining this guy, because Fernandez is our consistent goal scorer and assistant. I think I should just, I think I should just captain him. Stick with him because he keeps winning any points. And when I thought that, and as I said to you guys, that captaining Salah, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that captained Salah going into this game week, it's a 1-1 draw. Mane is the one who scores. There you go. No surprises there. And Salah hits a blank. So it's quite disappointing in that respect. Grealish likewise. And then Bamford and Calvert-Lewin it's a point. So going into this game week, with the games that are coming up, I still have yet to do any transfers. I'm not sure what transfers to make, to be honest, because given this team, a part of me, I'm not 100% sure Wilson scores against Team Takage. Thank you. By the way, my Spurs didn't work. It did. Ever since I put Son back on Team Spurs, I won. See, this is the thing. This always seems to happen. And this is why, as much as I love Mourinho, this is one of the reasons that got me frustrated with him at Manchester United. It's the simple thing of constantly you go a goal up rather than going out to win the game. You defend your lead, and it gives what it is. Let's go into FPL tips. So, like I said, I'm still not sure, to be honest. A part of me thinks I should just stick with this team. It's a good team. It's a solid team, except I'll probably captain Bruno Fernandes this time and not make the same mistake that I made. A part of me also wants to, let's say, a transfers here. Bring in the likes of Kane because they're going to be playing against Fulham. So Spurs are going to be playing against Fulham. I think that they should. You'd expect Spurs to win this game, although Fulham have been slowly but surely grinding out these point results. That's really the only change. Possibly bringing in a Kane, maybe a Vardy, because Leicester playing Crystal Palace. You expect Vardy to basically do the bits against this Crystal Palace side. But if I do bring in those players, someone is going to be basically taking. I'm going to be taking a point hit. The other thing is looking at the defense. Do I bring someone in for a Thiago Silva or Diaz? Because I'm not 100. I don't think that City will be able to keep a clean sheet against Everton. And conversely, I don't think that Chelsea will keep a clean sheet against Villa, which is interesting. possibly another Southampton. I mean, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Who was playing? Who's playing Sheffield United? Burnley. So, and we've got Villa up here. Okay, I could. Is there if there any Leeds are playing against West Brom? So Taylor 4.5. Maybe get a Burnley player in. But I'm not going to replace Bednarak because he's quite solid, and Twansibi's there. Twansibi, well, Twansibi's probably going to start, I suspect. So against Wolves, I would imagine. So I should probably keep him around. This is a tough game week to select for, man. This is a tough. Thanks everyone who's watching. If you're watching, please remember to like the show, like the stream. A 5-yard pass. What's up, dude? Great team there. Thoughts on the game tomorrow against Wolves? Thanks for joining the stream, man. Appreciate it. Fernandez let us be down. Villa keeper gave me 10 points. Yeah, if you as a fantasy football tip, guys, if you don't have Martinez in your squad, put Martinez in your team. He's got the best clean sheet record so far, solid. And if he doesn't get a clean sheet, he makes a lot of fantastic saves in game. So make sure that you put Martinez. If that's my fantasy football team of the week. And to be honest, I think he'll still, even against Chelsea, we'll get a good couple of points. A 5-yard pass. Thoughts on the game tomorrow? What I think, mate, is that and I'm assuming you're referring to the Wolves game, is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, his hand is going to be forced because Lindelof looks like he's injured. He shouldn't play Lindelof with an injury. If Lindelof is injured, do not play Lindelof with injury. If I see Lindelof playing, I'm going to be very, very angry because we shouldn't play injured players. That's not right. We shouldn't do that at all. So if we play, and my Wolves preview is going to be this evening, so I'll tell you a bit more about that later. But yeah, we shouldn't play with an injury, to be honest. Throw a cheap Arsenal youngster. That is a good point. That is a very, very, very good point. There's a big part of me that says, I know we're playing Brighton, that throw in like a Martinelli. In fact, that is good shout. Good shout. I think that is a good. I am gonna put 4.9 for Martinelli. I think what? Because we're Crystal Palace playing Leicester. Take Zaha out and put Martinelli in. And don't let me down, Arteta. That is going to be my change. Thank you. Put in a cheap Arsenal youngster in. Martinelli against Chelsea was a boss. Yes, he didn't give a goal assist, but he was a constant threat. Maybe you could probably bring in a Saka. Even I'm not sure about Emil Smith-Rowe, but maybe or Saka I think would be a good shout. Now I'm not going to take a points deduction. Trying to take a lot of points deductions going forward, but I think for me that's actually going to be well. Thank you for the advice, Team Takage1. Thank you for the advice. I think I'm going to go Martinelli in because what I saw from him in that game and because Arsenal are playing away to Brighton. And I know that's the whole Mopai, etc. But if Arteta is sensible, and I think that Willian and Norwood are still under their sort of COVID restrictions, he will start with Martinelli, and Martinelli will do bits against this team. So yeah, I'm going to go with Martinelli, and I'm going to make my transfers. So I'm going to confirm those transfers now. I'm not going to change anything else. And that's probably going to be my team going forward. I'm probably going to captain Fernandez because I've been bitten by captaining Salah multiple times. And that, I think, is my team going forward. Let me know in the comments whether you think that I should go for like a Wilson or whether you should think I should go. Should I bring in Wilson? Should I bring in Twansibi? Because I'm still not confident in Thiago Silva and Diaz, playing in this defense. I'm not 100% confident. There's also the fact that should Grealish come into this team, I think I'm gonna keep with this team. I think I'm gonna keep with this team. Yeah. It's a tough one though. I don't think Wilson's going to score against Liverpool because I doubt that Sam Allardyce is going to do his bits. The real thing for me is whether Twansiba should come in, whether I should go for a 4 and drop a Grealish or someone to the bench. That's just what I'm not sure about yet. So it's not the same without Josh on the show. So Josh is watching. I hope you're doing well here. So I've already gone to my captain pick. I said my captain pick is Bruno Fernandes. Good old Mr. Reliable is all I'm saying. Good old Mr. Reliable, Captain Bruno Fernandes, mate. Remember, if you're watching, please like the vid, like the vid. Like and share the vid. It goes a long way. I would certainly put in Captain Bruno Fernandes if you have him in your squad. Other options, I think, if you don't have Bruno for whatever reason, if you're mad, it could be a gamble. I think captaining Son or Kane, under the assumption that Spurs are going to beat Fulham quite comfortably at home, you'd expect that. Captaining Salah away to Newcastle, still not a bad shout, or any of Liverpool's players. The only thing I would say is that it's looking increasingly like Liverpool struggle to defend or beat teams with a low block. So I wouldn't be expecting a high-scoring game against Newcastle, in my opinion. I could be wrong. It could be a Crystal Palace situation, but Newcastle, I would be very surprised if Liverpool scored more than 4 goals against this Newcastle side. Whatever you say about Bruce, defensively they're relatively sound. Maybe they'll still win 2-0, but I would still expect. I don't want to expect a high-scoring game. Is the point I'm trying to make. Other options, you could maybe do a risk with some Arsenal players like a Martinelli or Saka against this Brighton team with the renewed confidence. Everton City, to be honest, can go either way, in my opinion. I think that's going to be a very, very close game tonight. Very, very, very close. Very close. Chelsea versus Villa. Lampard's a fraud, so I wouldn't captain any first from that point. And then obviously Leicester away to Crystal Palace. So Jamie Vardy, if you have Vardy in your team, then I by all means captain Vardy. Those would be my tips: Vardy, Fernandes, Vardy, possibly Salah or Mane, and possibly an Arsenal player as well, like a Martinelli or something like that. You know, I've obviously gone with my team, as you can see. This is my team. I've captained Fernandes. I've brought in Martinelli into the squad. I'm possibly, maybe, I'm not taking the 4-point hit. I'm not going to do that again. I'm going to be trying to not do that. But Martinelli comes in for me. Very, very cheap, 4.9. And I think getting some cheap Arsenal players, as Team Takagi said, is not a bad shout. Not a bad shout at all. I'm still, because I know I'm fairly confident Twansiba is going to play against Wolves because Lindelof is injured. So Twansiba comes right back. But I think I'm going to go with that. I think I'm going to go with that team for now, even though I anticipate some defensive frailties here. But we'll see what happens. Grealish might do bits, it might not. It's a good midfield. Let's see what happens. Let's keep on moving on. Thanks everyone who's watching, by the way. Please remember to like the vid, and so we can do more of these, because I do like doing fantasy football, and might as well share my fantasy football journey with you guys. I said I had an okay games week last week. 56 points, slightly more than the average, is 4-1. For me, if I'm doing a lot better than the average, and that's something, 941 on the games week, overall players. So we need to push on there and take them there. But I'm trying not to take as many hits this week. What is important just going forward, obviously, is one thing you've got to think about. Not this week or game 17, but game week 18. That's Tuesday, the 12th of January. There is going to be a blank game week. Well, I say a blank game week, not many teams are playing. So for those of you who have not used your free hit, I would wait to use your free hit for this blank game week. Game week 18, use it, and then the game week 19, because there obviously is a blank here. This is probably going to be the first double game week of the season. I mean, geez, you see, I'm sure who's playing twice. I think in this game, 19, Fulham are playing twice, which probably doesn't help anybody, to be honest, because they're not that great. But United are playing twice. United are playing Liverpool, and so bear that in mind for United players. United are playing twice. Fulham playing twice. Liverpool also playing twice. Is anyone else playing twice? I think there's probably another team that's playing twice. So is it Leeds or something? Yeah, Leeds are playing twice. So just bear that in mind when you're talking about thinking your cards and something. I would personally play the free hit in that week, and then possibly consider. Well, you could. Well, it depends. You could play. I would usually play a. I'll go back to the tips. I would usually play a free hit in the blank game weeks, so you can revert to your team instead of making multiple changes or take the hit, and then obviously in the double game week, what I would do is probably in the next 2 game weeks that are full, almost prepare your team for that game week, if that makes any sense, and then possibly play a chip like a bench boost or a triple captain. One of those things I think is probably good going forward. Right. So we are 12. I think we're 12. Yeah, 12 minutes, man. 12 minutes. It's not the same with Josh on here, man. It's not the same bouncing. So I've got my prime pick. MVP for this gaming. So the most important player I think should come into this game week. I've kind of touched on it beforehand. But in my opinion, it would be this guy, Martinez. Martinez for me would be, if I just click on this guy and I just view the information from him, if you can just sort of see, let's have a look. Yeah, so it's Crystal Palace. Average points. Where's his average points? Average points. Here we go. 10, 6, 8, 11. Okay, he was 1 2 weeks, but 6. Okay, 0 there. 3, 9, 3, 6, 13. Okay, you see, especially now, 11, 8, 6, 10. He's averaging a lot of points game week, and aside from that blip, I think against, it looks like Southampton when he conceded. He conceded 4 against or 3 against that game. I can't remember. 4. He's been solid. He's been very solid. He's got the most clean sheets. So I think against the Chelsea side, that's bereft of confidence. That's really not. Well, they might want to hit a bit back, but it depends on who Lampard plays. But I suspect even if he concedes, he's going to make a lot of good saves. Martinez is a very good goalkeeper. So for my MVP in this week would be Martinez. I think probably followed by who would I pick followed by most valuable player going into this game week? Most valuable player going into this game week 16. It would be Martinez, to be honest, because I just don't trust any of the other teams, really. You can make an argument for Jamie Vardy against Crystal Palace of how bad Crystal Palace is formed, but Palace versus Leicester is one of those games where I feel like Brendan Rodgers could overthink things, complicate things, but Jamie Vardy being there, I don't think is not a bad shout. Could easily score 2-something goals against this bereft of confidence Palace side, and take things from there. I remember team to go because I'm not putting Arsenal players in because of my jinx. Of course you're not. Of course you're not. So let's move on from MVP. Still about a few minutes to go. 3 minutes to go, guys, to get your last picks in before the deadline. The deadline today is at 1:30 because kickoff is at 3:00. So please make your picks. Best value players. This, I guess, is best value for money player. And as has kind of already been said, for me, I would certainly be looking at the Arsenal youngsters. If we look at the transfers here, looking at the Arsenal youngsters, I said Martinelli 4.9. Okay, you know that Martinelli is going to get a run in. I think Willian and all that are being isolated, so that means they're going to be out for some time. I think 2 weeks or 10 days. So you've got the likes of Martinelli, 4.9. 4.9 Martinelli is going to be in 4.9, and while he's fit, while he's not injured, he's going to be playing a fair few games. Then I think Saka, 5.1, again, not a bad steal, not a bad steal at all. And then possibly if you want to risk it, Emil, I think it's, how do you spell it? Smith Rowe, 4.4. So all of our, if you want to go for best value, all of Arsenal's youngsters against the Brighton side, that while they did beat them last season, I think with this added emphasis of the youngsters as well as the pressure that's going to be on this Arsenal side to not lose against, because Brighton and West Brom, they're playing back to back. It's essentially like a relegation battle. These are 6-pointer games. If Arsenal beat West Brom and Brighton, then I think we don't have to worry about Arsenal being relegated or anything like that. We don't have to. It also means they'll be a lot closer to Chelsea, and that would be funny. So, I think if you're going to get best value for money, obviously Martinez. Well, I don't think Martinez can't be 4.27 anymore. Yeah, it's 5. Yeah, it's gone up obviously, but for me, it would be the Arsenal players in terms of best value for the money that you have if you have a bit of change to spend. You could also argue that someone like Yerry Mina, for example, who's been doing bits, could be a good add-on to that as well. I'm curious actually. Let me just have a look. I think, do I have enough to get, if I was to make a transfer here? How much is Vardy? Vardy is 10.1, and I have 2.4. So that's 10. Not enough. Maybe if I make a few further subs, I could have put a Calvert-Lewin and put Vardy in, but taken the 4-point hit, which I'm not. I'm not 100% sure, because Calvert-Lewin, to be fair, Calvert-Lewin scores a fair amount of goals, so I don't think I would take him out the team just yet. But there are a few substitute transfers that I might make in then some. IMAX Football, man's doing live in bed. You're the best. Yeah, man, dude. What about that life, man? What about that life? Because just I'm chilled, I'm relaxed. I want to sort of take my time and rest with all these things, So appreciate it. And shout out to this guy, man, as well, because like IMAX Football, as well as the Citizens channel as well, going strong, going big. Please, for those who are watching, head over and subscribe to the channel as well. He does a lot of good work, and it's growing for strength for STEM. So big up JD, man, my best bud, and hopefully we can get you on the show for this City versus United EPL preview. It's going to be really, really good. I miss our conversations, man. So yeah, that would be my best value player. We've got 5 minutes until 5 minutes until the deadline for game week 16. And like I said, for me, this is my team. Shut up. Oh, I just came upstairs to work on the computer. Had to check. Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks for checking in, man. I really, really appreciate you checking in, man. You need to make sure that you when you go, if you're doing make sure if you're doing live streams on your channel, to give me a buzz. Send me a message so I can retweet all your videos and retweet them out. Oh, you're making fun of me. No, I'm not, man. No, I'm not, dude. Respect. That's no. I mean, to be honest, I'm looking at City, man, and they're low key getting their consistency back. So they're a point behind United as we speak. They're low key just getting in the stride. But I do think that this Everton game today is going to be a big challenge. For the next 2 games, I think City play Everton and Chelsea. I think that those 2 games are going to be a determining factor for the season, in my opinion. If City lose both of those games, I don't think you can talk about the title. I think you can still talk about top 4, but I don't think you can talk about the title if they lose both of those games. I think title talk would be over. If they win and lose one, okay, yeah, because you still think that Liverpool would be consistent. If they win both, then we're balling. Then we're balling. You know, I'm doing an Everton tonight and then Chelsea next. Yeah, let me know if you want me on. I'm going to be doing my. I can't remember when I'm doing my Wolves preview. I think I might be doing my Wolves preview at 6:30. So once my Wolves preview is done, if you want me to come on, I'm happy to come on because I've still got a bit of time, which is good. So let me know. 2 minutes to the deadline. 2 minutes to the deadline. Remember, get your fantasy football picks in. Get your fantasy football picks in. And if you have any tips, any questions, or anything like that, then let me know. If we win both, we are champions. I wouldn't go that far. Although I certainly think that because I think, did you beat Chelsea last time in the season? Or did you draw? I can't remember. I think you might have beaten Chelsea already, or was it a draw? Let me know. But for me, the Everton game is the one that's going to be the key because Carlo Ancelotti is obviously a good coach. Everton have probably got the best form in the league right now in the last 5 games. They're at home as well. It's going to be difficult, and I think that it's going to be a difficult game. City aren't scoring loads of goals. So yeah, it's going to be. I'm looking forward to it. We're doing everything without strikers. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Yes, I'm starting 855. Yeah, mate. Send me the link. Send me a link on Twitter. I love to get into stream. We're doing everything without strikers. I know, and this is the thing. That's why I feel like it might cost City down the line because it's fine sometimes, but other times it can be quite difficult, especially against some of the teams. So we've got to see what happens. That's why I think these next 2 games are big for City. If they can win both games, I agree with you. They're in a title race. They could potentially even overtake Liverpool, especially with Liverpool's games coming up. But if they drop points in those 2, it's going to be a challenge. Right, guys, we have approached 1:30. Lock and load. Lock your fantasy football picks in. Lock and load. Like I said, this is my fantasy football team. Martinez, Diaz. This was my previous team. This is my team here. Martinez, Diaz, Thiago, Bednarek. Did I? Woo. Fingers crossed that. Yeah, okay, just in time. Whew. I'm busy doing all this talking, and I forgot to captain Fernandes instead of Salah. The deadline's gone. Deadline's come, and thank goodness I came back. So I looked back and I was like, what's going on? And I was like, I saw the captain. I mean, to be honest, it would have been a complete fail because what's the chance I switch and Salah scores a hat-trick against Newcastle? It's probably going to happen. But I want to stick with Mr. Reliable. So actually, I've got Martinez, Diaz, Thiago, Bednarek, Salah, Grealish, Fernandes, Son, Martinelli, Bamford, and Calvert-Lewin. Let's go. So yeah, Aguero coming back. Liverpool drop points down the line. I've said it here first. No, of course Liverpool drop points. I agree. The question is how fit is Aguero, and whether the City can rely on him, given his obviously injuries and what's been going on this season. That's the question. Anyway, guys, thanks everyone who was joining in and joining live for this deadline day stream. If you're new to the channel, to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us for the latest fantasy football tips, news, etc. Have a nice day, everyone, and cheers.